Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denanu, aka the man with the most, biggest, and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And as you guys can see by the video here, we're going to be talking about Aquaman. And I want to get on here and I want to say that WB doesn't know what they're doing. You know, I want to get on here and say Aquaman looks like some garbage and it's going to be shit. You know, just like I did with the Teen Titans video. But that's something I can't say. I mean, I'm not a hater by any means, you know. I'm a comic book fan. I love all of their all comic book movies to an extent, but I will call companies out on their bullshit. More Marvel fan than DC, but I can appreciate what they're doing when they do it right. And at least with this Aquaman movie, they're doing their damn thing. When I look at this, I can't be like, oh, they fucking up. They not. You know, it seems like, at least with this movie and with Shazam, because that's going to be a video I'm going to do tomorrow, but they're doing their damn thing. The CG looks good. You can tell it's not finished, but they got months to complete that, because I think the movie comes out in December. You have a lot of great visual shots. Characters are, well, most of them comic book accurate. Looking at Mera and Black Manta, they look like they pulled them directly out of the comic books. Aquaman's kind of you know, still not feeling Jason Momoa as Aquaman, only because I think he would be a better Lobo. And I think with Lobo, he could kill it a whole lot more, and it would excuse, you know, his acting ability, because I don't think it's all that great. I loved him in most of the roles he played in, but he's not one of those in-depth actors, you know. And I think with a character like Lobo, he can live it up and live the role, kind of like how Robert Downey Jr. does Iron Man. But they picked him for Aquaman. They're trying to make Aquaman more badass and everything, because they're trying to get away from the stigma that was put in place by the Super Friends cartoon from way back when, where they just pretty much made him a pussy, you know, so to speak, when you compare him to everybody else. And so they're trying to, you know, change that. They doing the same thing in the comic books. WB and DC, they've been trying to change that in the comic books for years. So it seems like with the movie, they're, you know, when I'm watching it, it seems like they're gonna rehash his origin story from the I didn't read New 52 Aquaman, so I don't know if this is his newer origin, but I know they had an Aquaman animated movie, or it was like Justice League versus the Atlanteans, or something like that. I forget what they called it, but it was the storyline where Ocean Master tried to like flood Metropolis and everything. And that's the storyline I think they're adapting for this movie, because that talks about how he used to live at this lighthouse with the guy that raised them, and he died, and he eventually got pulled into learning about Atlantis and stuff, and about his brother and everything, you know, taking over the kingdom and trying to invade the surface world. And well, when I look at the trailer, that seems like the plot of the movie. So I think they're gonna do the same thing. But yeah, it looks like they're doing their damn thing. I mean, even with Shazam, like I said, that's going to be a video for tomorrow. But even when I look at that, I'm like, okay, they doing their damn thing with that too. I want to say that maybe it might be good from here on out, but it's WB. You know they're going to fuck up something. And where I think they fucking up is not necessarily with these two movies, but is they're coming out with, instead of calling it the DCEU, because they're calling the movies the worlds of DC. So that tells me, that's like marketing jargon. So when I hear that, I think of like, oh, okay, so some movies are going to tie into a shared universe and then others won't. So it's like, well, okay, so only the movies that we say are going to be in a universe are going to be connected, but others aren't. Like they're their Joker standalone movie, or their Matt Reeves Batman. So it's like, why are you making all these other movies if they don't connect and they're not a part of the same universe? It's like, I mean, I get that you can't compete with Marvel, but you don't have to. You have WB has like their whole entire stable of comic book characters they can use. Just because you can't put movies out on Marvel's schedule doesn't mean you have to. Make 1 or 2 movies a year if you can do that, or make 1 movie a year. They can make a shared universe just fine. You know, I firmly believe they can do that if they can, you know, stop fucking shit up. You know, but doing it this way, kind of, you know, when you piecemeal your universe, people like myself, we're not going to get confused, because like I said, DC's been doing that in the comic books for years with their Elseworld series. You have the main continuity, and then you have other dimensions or one-offs, things like that. So comic book fans, we're not going to really care. But to the average viewer, who everything now has to be connected since Marvel kind of changed Hollywood, they're going to be looking for that. So why delegate certain movies to not be a part of your shared universe? It's just stupid. I mean, if you want to do that, you know, and you want it to be different, make two separate universes. Have like your main continuity of your universe. Do it like how they do it in comic books. Have your main continuity with Justice League, Batman, Superman, and the rest of them, right? And then you have your Elseworlds imprint. Call it something that, or Worlds of DC. Do something like that, right? You know, give it a different name. Instead of saying like DC Comics or DC or WB Films or whatever, give it a separate imprint name. And then that way, when audiences be like, okay, that's that new DC Elseworlds thing, they know it's a one-off, or they know it's a tale of like taking something out of their norm, like, oh, what if Superman was never in this, what, you know, never landed in Metropolis or something, or do like you know, weird stuff like take your Batman actor and Henry Cavill, your Superman actor, and do kind of like what they did in the comic books, where they was like, well, what if Superman landed in Gotham instead of Metropolis, or not Metropolis, instead of in Kansas, and what if Bruce Wayne, you know, was raised by Jonathan and Martha Kent? You know, do something like that where you can have your actors just be in a different movie that don't tie into everything else, and then you can tell different stories and stuff like that. I think they would make more money that way, to be honest, because if you don't like your main continuity of stuff, you can still follow the other things and still get a cool, interesting story out of it. But that's where I think they're messing up on. Not necessarily with Aquaman and Shazam. I mean, those are going to be fine, but it's just like, besides admitting defeat, it's like you want to have your cake and eat it too. And I think they can be just as big as Marvel, if not bigger. I mean, you have Batman and Superman in the same universe, and they're the two most, with the world's greatest, you know, popular heroes at the time. You know, under them will probably be Wolverine and Spider-Man. But it's Batman and Superman all day. You know, so they can be bigger than Marvel. You know, they can, you know, if they had a foundation and grew their universe the way Marvel did, they'd be on top right now, but they didn't. So their brand isn't tainted, as it were, like everybody's always saying, like, oh, the brand's no good. It's not the brand. The brand is fine. The brand's been there for 70, 80 something years. It's your shitty movies. like if they came out and just had like a public apology, you know, be like, we realize a lot of fans you know, don't like our products and stuff. We understand. Well, we hear all the criticisms. We're working on it, and we're gonna make sure that our movies going forward are gonna be a better quality. You know, for the fans. You know, make a BS statement like that, right? And then just have every movie going forward learn your lessons. Don't be so hands-on with the directors and what they, you know, what they can do. Organically tell your stories. Have the stories that you tell focus on the superheroes and the characters of each individual hero or whatever, and then slowly build your franchise. If they can do that, I mean, yeah, they'd be behind Marvel, but they're already behind Marvel, so they don't have to compete. Just because Marvel's making millions and millions of dollars, don't mean they can't do the same thing. So I just have a feeling that these good movies, I mean, unless they make other future movies that are going to be good, but I doubt it. Aquaman and Shazam looks like they're going to be on point, but outside of that, like, you got like what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie that they're going to make that's not going to tie into anything. Joker origin movie. Who wants to see that? Who cares to see that? Then you got a Batman origin movie with Matt Reeves. You know, I'm guessing they're going to try to introduce a new Batman. That's going to be year one from what I'm hearing. Okay, that's going to be cool, but then again, that's a boring movie. Year one didn't have any villains. You know, so who's Batman gonna fight? Like regular generic mob guy? You know, you want a good Batman year one movie? Watch Batman Begins. That's pretty much the same shit. So why are you gonna retell that story? You know, granted, you can put a new spin on it, but it's him learning to be Batman, dressing up, realizing that he needs to make a Batman outfit, and then it's like, go fight somebody at the end. But there was no Joker, there was no Two-Face, no Mr. Freeze, none of that in Batman Year One. But I don't know. It's just, I think they're fucking up in the long run, not necessarily the short one with Aquaman and Shazam. But yeah, to get back on point, because I went off on a mean tangent there. Aquaman looks damn good. You got Black Manta in there. Really glad to see that. Aquaman doesn't really have a set rogue that he goes against. It's not like the rogues for the Flash or the Joker for Batman. I'm not a huge Aquaman fan, but I have read a few of his comic books. And the two biggest people is Black Manta and Ocean Master. Black Manta gets most of the play because I guess he looks cool. And Ocean Master is kind of just like, a similar character as him. So Black Manta, they usually, give him all the cool stuff. He's going to be interesting to see what they do, because I'm hoping he's like how Loki is in the Thor movies, where they always have him in there, as like an antagonist. So I'm hoping he's going to be that antagonist for Aquaman's movies, because I think he can do it. I don't know the actor. I haven't seen his actor playing anything, but character-wise, that's the kind of character Black Manta was. Like, he always had like this cold, calculating plan that he would do, fight Aquaman. He would fail at it, and then later, get away and then come back again. So I think that they can really play that up. I'm assuming in this movie they're gonna have something where him and his team was trying to do something. Aquaman stopped him and injured him or killed his team or something. But whatever happens in the movie, that's gonna build up his hatred towards Aquaman, whatever that is. So, but yeah, like I said, Aquaman looks damn good. I can't wait for it to come out. I wish he was Lobo though. That's like the biggest thing that I want. I wish he was Lobo. I wish he was Azarnian. But outside of that, yeah, Aquaman looks damn good. I can't wait to see it when it comes out, and I'm hoping they build a shared universe eventually. But I don't know if that's gonna happen, to be honest, because WB sounds like they're fucking up, but maybe they might change gears years down the line. But my name is Denanu, aka the man with black privilege, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.